Okay, let's watch. This is Chem 410. Chem 410 is actually a natural product chemistry. Okay, it's a natural product chemistry. It's a final year it's a final year chemistry. Okay, so let's look at the question here. The question says, use this systematic nomenclature to provide a structure for this compound. 1, 1 prime, 3, 6, 6 prime, pentahydroxy-3'4, 7 prime, 8 tetramethoxy-2'4 prime bixanthone. That's the question. So whenever you have a question like this, the first thing you need to, let's look at the solution. It's a very simple question. As a chemistry student, or lover of chemistry. So the first thing you need to do in this particular question is, let's look at the question again. They say, after naming all this thing, they say bixanthone. So the first thing you need to do in this question is for you to be able to identify the compound. What is the compound in this case? The compound in this case is xanthone. Understand? Now you have to know the structure, the skeletal structure of the compound involved. The compound involved is xanthone. So what's the skeletal structure of the compound involved? Sorry, the compound involved. Understand? So let's look at the structure. By the way, you should know how your xanthone is being drawn, which is the structure of your xanthone. Now, xanthone, let me explain. Xanthone is actually is an organic compound. Okay, it's an organic compound, or it's a compound that contain that contain is a compound that contain a pyrone ring. A pyrone ring. I understand? It's a compound of that contain a pyrone ring in the middle, and then 2 benzene ring at each side of the pyrone ring. You understand? Now let's look at how the compound is. This is my pyrone ring. This is how it is drawn. This is a double bond. Okay, this is a double bond. This is what I mean by a pyrone ring. You understand? Okay, it contains the ether group and the ketone group. Okay, after this you have your benzene ring at each side of the pyrone. Each side of the pyrone. Okay, draw your benzene very well. As a chemistry student, draw it very well. Okay. Okay, this case I can have something. This is how my benzene ring should be. This is how my benzene ring should be. Okay, it has another. It's each side. Okay, that means there's another benzene ring here. Okay, each side you can have something here, have something here, and have something here. This is what we mean by a pyrone ring. Sorry, this is what we mean by a xanthone. A xanthone, pyrone ring in the middle, and your 2 benzene rings at each side of the pyrone. This is a xanthone ring. So the first thing you need to do in a question like this is for you to be able to draw your xanthone structure. This is a skeletal structure of a xanthone. Now, after this, the next thing you need to do is for you to be able to, number your xanthone structure. So for you to number your xanthone structure, you come to this pyrone ring. The ether group has number 10, okay, and the ketone group has number 9. Then you can start naming the remaining number either from your left or from your right. But so I'm going to name from my left. So my left, I can write my 1 here. This is my 1. This is my 2. This is my 3. This is my 4. This is my 5, 6, 7, and 8. So once you do this, you go back to the question again. What's the question saying? The question says bixanthone. That means xanthone is 2 in this question. Bixanthone, that means it is 2 in this question. Okay, so Where are they connecting? If there are two, this is one. Where is another one? Where are they connecting? The question says 2, 4 prime. That means they are connecting at 2 and 4 prime. So let me go to my 2. I come to my 2. This is my 2. I can draw my 2 down here and connect the 4 prime and draw another sandtone. That's what I mean. So I can draw another sandtone here. I can draw another sandtone here. Draw another one here. Okay. Okay. This is I have my bixanthone now. This is my bixanthone. So the next thing I told you, you have to name this. So when you are naming the second one, it's going to be in primes. So that means I can have my 10 prime, can have my 9 prime, I can now have 1 prime, 2 prime, 3 prime, 4 prime. Now you see it connects at 4, sorry, at 2 and 4 prime. This is my 2, this is my 4 prime. So I can have my 5 prime, can have my 6 prime, 7 prime, and 8 prime. You see? So now once you have this, you need to go back to the equation and see what is the equation, what is the systematic nomenclature, the naming. The naming was 1, 1 prime, 3, 6, 6 prime, penta. That means in this case, pentahydroxy, meaning that, remember your hydroxy group is like this. This is your hydroxy group. This is your hydroxy group, okay? Hydroxy group. Hydroxy group, hydroxy group, hydroxy group, hydroxy group. Okay, now that means you are going to attach penta means 5. Penta means 5. So means 5. That means my hydroxy groups are 5 and they exist at 1. So that means I come to 1, I have my hydroxy group. They exist at 1 prime, I come to 1 prime, I have another hydroxy group. Okay, it exists at 3, I come to 3, I have hydroxy group at 3. Okay, I come to 6, I have hydroxy group, this is 6, I have hydroxy group. I come to 6 prime, I have hydroxy group. 6 prime, I have hydroxy group. That means I'm done with hydroxy group. So the next thing is what I'm having is tetramethoxy. Methoxy group is written this way. Methoxy group, this is methoxy group. This stands for methoxy group. Methoxy group. Methoxy group. And methoxy group is what they say tetra means 4. Tetra means 4. Okay, tetra means 4. That means my methoxy group are 4. And that 4 is at 3 prime. I come to 3 prime. I put it here. Can write it this way. Can write it this way. Can write it this way. Okay, you see it. I come to 4. This is 4. I have methoxy group. I can write it this way. Remember? Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm coming. Okay. Now I can come to 7 prime. This is 7 prime. Can write it this way. Can write it this way. Sorry. This is a methoxy group. Can write it this way. Okay. Can write it this way. I'm coming. Is CH3. Can write it this way. Okay. Do you see it? Okay. You can come to your 8 and you have at your 8 another methoxy group. CH3. This is what we call 1 prime, 3 6 6 prime, pentahydroxy 3 prime, 4, 7 prime, 8 tetramethoxy 2 4 prime by xanthone. This is the compound. So it's as simple as this, nothing much. So you can look at the stuff, they're working very well. You can look at the working is very well. It's cheap, right? Very, very cheap. Very, very cheap. Very cheap, right? Very, very cheap. Very, very cheap. Very, very cheap. Okay. Thank you for watching. If you subscribe to my YouTube channel that will be attached to the bottom of the post. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much. I wish you the best.